Alright, ladies and gents, so a lot of you guys have been complaining about how farming is either super hard or super easy, and here's the trend that I noticed. If you're a Town Hall 5 and below, farming all of a sudden got much harder. You're finding a lot less loot, and competition has increased because a lot more people started playing Clash after the update. Don't know why, but it might be because Google Play ranked Clash of Clans as one of the best apps of the year, and I guess it got in a lot more new players. So, that might be one of the reasons that lower level Town Halls are finding loot a little bit harder to find. At the same time, Clash of Clans specifically made it with the next update, knowing that people would start playing again and new people would start playing, and so they made it much harder for you to find loot down there. If you are a Town Hall 5 and up, however, people have been finding 300k raids. A guy sent me a picture of an 800k raid, 800k Dark Elixir, or what am I saying, 800k Elixir, and then like 700k gold, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I didn't have the full replay, he only sent me a screenshot, but yeah, people have been finding a lot of loot, so that's the only thing I'm going to say about farming. Also, I'm going to be releasing part 2 of this video as well, and this one is the 5 tricks and tips when it comes to farming after the update, while the next video is going to be 5 tips and tricks for pushing. I got all this information by going to the 10 clans and then asking people, how are you pushing, and then asking people who like to farm, how are you farming, where's the best loot, and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's start this video. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? As you guys can see, I've completely run out of loot because I've been grinding so hard when it comes to trophies. I have officially made it to Silver 2. Okay, maybe I haven't been doing that great when it comes to pushing, but a lot of people have been sniping my Town Hall for a nutcase amount of loot. I mean, people have been taking 200k from me, and I only have about 300k. Puts into perspective why you should not rush your Town Hall. But I've been doing a little bit of farming as well, and the rest of the clans have obviously been farming, and the number one thing that everyone keeps talking about is the fact that there's Dark Elixir inside of Town Halls, and a lot of people still have their Town Halls outside because either A, they're inactive, or B, they simply don't care. That's free Dark Elixir. You don't even need to waste lightning spells on Dark Elixir storages anymore. All you have to do is snipe a bunch of Town Halls and you'll get a nice amount of Dark Elixir depending on how much that person has. So that is the number one tip. If you're looking for Dark Elixir while there are still Town Halls on the outside, go snipe them real quick. That actually leads me to something obvious, but a lot of people still haven't done it, as I just said, but keep your Town Hall on the inside, please. A lot of people don't seem to care that they're losing loot, but that loot is costing you when it comes to farming. Back in the day, we would keep our Town Halls on the outside and get that free shield, but all of a sudden, you don't get the free shield anymore. So does it really matter whether your Town Hall is on the outside or not? No, it's actually a disadvantage to you. So take this gigantic thing and place it where I don't have it, all the way over here. I'm gonna remake this base one of these days, just not today because I'm not feeling it, but yeah, do that and that will be number 4 on the list. Number 3 is a lot less obvious, and it's a question that's asked in my chat a lot, so I asked a bunch of people and then I basically did a mini little poll and tried to see what is the answer to this question. So the question is, where is the best loot? And the answers are split. If you guys are trying to get loot for pushing, don't drop below Crystal. Crystal has a lot of good bases with loot on the inside of the bases. So yes, you do need to use a good strategy to get that loot, but that at the same time it won't cost you a huge amount of trophies. If you're looking for inactive bases to barch or use gobs on or something along those lines, then Crystal is not a good idea. But the best league for finding inactive bases right now is where I am, Silver 2. People are finding crazy loot down here. They're finding like 600k raids, 700k raids. You're finding, on average, you'll get like a 200k raid, assuming you search for like 5 to 6 minutes. You'll be like, wow, that is a lot of loot. If you boost, you'll get even more. So that's the best leagues, depending on what you're doing. So once again, if you're looking for bases that have loot on the inside, and if you don't want to drop too low, then Crystal is a good idea. If you're wondering what Crystal exactly, Crystal 3. And if you guys want a severely nice amount of loot, then Silver 2 is the best way to go. Number 4 on our list has to do with strategy. What is the best strategy, assuming you're already in Silver 2 or Crystal or the league of your choice? What strategy should you use? And believe it or not, Barch is no longer the answer. A lot of people are saying that it's much harder to Barch now with the extra mortar, archer towers shooting faster, and people just redesigning their bases and keeping their Town Halls on the inside, because a lot of people used to Barch because they wanted the loot, but at the same time they didn't want to lose too many trophies. So they'd snipe the Town Hall with the archers, and then they would go go ahead and barch, but all of a sudden that's no longer an option. So what is the best strategy? Well, a lot of people told me that this strategy called Barmy is. So basically it is barch, but you add a few minions along. I'm not sure why exactly you do it. I haven't really tried out the strategy, but so many people have been telling me that's a great strategy to find loot and to go after the town hall if you need. The magic behind this strategy is that instead of barch, where you have to go around the base to 50%, you can use this strategy in 3 ways. One, if you find a town hall on the outside, obviously you can usually snipe it, and then you can get some loot on the outside. Pretty rare for that to happen. At the same time, there's another way of using this, and if you guys were to, well, let's take a look at my extremely rushed base. If you guys were to do the traditional barch, you could do that as well, but say you run out right in time and there's something on the edge that you need to get, then you can get the minions. But here's where the strategy really plays a role. Since the town hall is now on the inside and a lot of the loot is now still on the outside, what you have to do is basically spam troops. So you do first a layer of barbs, and then you do a layer of archers, and then you do minions directly behind them, and all of a sudden you should be able to get a decent bit into the middle of the base, and sometimes, well, actually most of the time, you should be able to get the town hall, assuming you're not going up against town hall 11, 10, or 9, because in that case, I don't even know what you're doing. The final strategy I want to talk to you guys about is just what is the best overall strategy right now. What's trending on Clash? Imagine that's like a section. What's trending on Clash of Clans right now? That would be pretty cool. And I mean strategy wise, I don't mean like it being Twitter. That would be interesting. Somehow tell Supercell to put that feature into the game. So what is trending right now? Well, a lot of people started using Lunian again, and they changed it up a bit. You see, a lot of people have been taking a lot. What they used to do is 1 of these, and then 3 of these, assuming you're a Town Hall 9, but usually it was something along those lines. 1 of these, and then of course just all loons, and if you're a Town Hall 9, occasionally a Lava Hound, but usually it was just all loons, and about 15 to 20 minions. But they changed it up. All of a sudden, it's no longer 15 to 20 minions. Here's the new strategy that I've been seeing a lot of people use, and it makes perfect sense. So we still bring this along for clan castle troops, then we bring this along, this all new strategy, assuming you're a Town Hall 9 plus. Then you want to take 1 of these, and then 2 of these. Interesting, right? So that is like the new strategy that a lot of people have been using, both Town Hall 9s, 10s, and now 11s. At the same time, people have been taking more minions as well. I'm not exactly sure why, but when it comes to farming, I guess if you find a lot of loot, minions could save the day if you don't feel like 100%ing the base. So they've been taking 40 minions instead of the traditional 15 to 20. So that's something as well. And of course, the rest loons. So that's the most popular strategy I see right now. Feel free to leave a comment below telling me what your favorite strategy is, what you've been doing when it comes to farming, any tips you have for pushing. None of these were my ideas. I am not responsible for any of these. I'm putting that out there as I always do. All these came from the clans, and I ran mini polls trying to figure out what the best thing was to answer all of your questions. If you guys found the video helpful, go ahead and leave a like. That would mean a lot. And of course, share the video on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you like sharing videos, Reddit, so on and so forth. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me logging off.